for some reason.
All right, start the stream. Hello and welcome. Sorry for the wait. Really appreciate you guys sticking around for that mess. But we just got everybody sorted out. It does look like Nameless will be using an e-sub on their roster. Uh, whether that's for all the games or game one, it's waiting to say. But Gumi is going to be my co-caster for the evening. Gumi, how you feeling?
I am feeling fantastic tonight, baby. Let's go.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see that he's back in his warehouse, and we're going straight into this drafting. Immediately seeing the Zaya band out against Water, who has been spamming that champion in solo queue. Zaya, such a strong pick for the bot lane. I mean, gotta get rid of it. Doesn't matter what kind of team you're going up against. Just such an easy, safe, scaling, hard, aggressive pick for whatever you need.
Yep, and I'm expecting to see possibly a Victor band coming out, but since they did use the ESUB, they do lose the first two bands.
Yep. It's
So
just
they
going to be the Zaya for the band for the name subject to change his team though. So I mean, of all the champions going to get rid of, I'd say the biggest culprit for them is going to be that Zaya. I think that's a great band, good takeaway. And I mean, playing around whatever's available, stick with what's strong. I still think they have a decent chance at this.
Yeah, but I'm also expecting after this last ban for the Turbo Chads, I believe it is. Yep, name stealing Turbo Chads. I'm expecting to see probably, I wouldn't say a blind mid lane, but since that Victor is up, that is a comfort pick for Orange. So I'm kind of half expecting that to be picked on first pick.
Another good blindable mid laner, in my opinion, Aurelion Sol. We could see that dropping down for uh the turbo name changed people as well. Pretty
Yep.
simple to pick. Caitlyn right off the bat, great strong B1.
Yep. Caitlyn is a pretty good blind. Not a whole lot can outrange her. Except in the late game, you have Tristana, but it looks like they're going to pick up Callista for the Turbo Chat.
Wow. All
Callista
right.
Nautilus,
What an
very
aggressive bot lane.
yeah. Depending on, they might have to go and disengage here for the support, but even then, that's still a pretty
I mean,
aggressive bot lane.
I think Alistair works out really well here. He fits a lot of the criteria for being able to take care of the Callista and the Nautilus. He can go engage, he can disengage, and he can still set up the Caitlyn's traps by kicking people onto where she's thrown them. Callista is fine if you know what you're doing. The Nautilus is great. Nautilus and the Caitlyn, that's how you get on top of her. You can't outrange the Nautilus hook or the ult. I think that's great. But the the Callista is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't got the hands for Callista. I play top lane, I play tanks, so I don't exactly need hands in order to play certain champions.
Well, sorry to disappoint you, but most people do need some sort of bodily part to play the game. And to be honest, I've seen people without any arms play games 1,000 times better than I will ever touch. So
Yeah, very true.
can't really say much about that one.
Yep. But for the bot lane to round it out for the Straw Hats, you got Caitlyn and Zyra
I
against
like the
that
Zyra.
Callista Nautilus. Yeah,
I like
pretty
the
good.
Zyra. Gives them more harass, and the Zyra plants are going to come down, make it a lot harder for Nautilus to play the game. I think it's great. It's a great pick, especially if you have the Udyr. He can zone out with his ult. He can zone out with the Zyra ult, keeping that Caitlyn safe. And interestingly, they opt for more hard engage with the Sejuani.
Yep, this could possibly be a flex with Aspets maybe taking it in the bot lane. Does it have really anything P that would suggest it's more than likely going to be Unleashed on that Sejuani?
Yeah. Unleash is very comfortable on the Sejuani. Great win rate on the champion. Lots of playtime on their own. We've seen them play it before as well. So I think it's fine into the Caitlyn pick. Again, they're just going hard again to try and kill her. They have to get past the zone when it comes to these team fights, right? They see the Zyra stuff come down. They see Udyr stuff come down. They have to move past it. I think Sejuani is a great champ for that. Uh, but if they don't succeed on getting past that front line of abilities, it's going to be really tough for them to do too much.
Yeah, but we see the Gnar does get banned out for the top lane. I do believe he does have some pretty significant games played on the champion.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Fizz with Sejuani. If he's just a one trick Fizz player, all right. but it doesn't look like it. To me, maybe it's just something that they know they aren't very good at dealing with, or maybe they're taking a mage that wants to sit
Ooh.
back and throw stuff like Lux, to help round out that zone comp.
Yep.
Another hard engage. All right.
I mean,
Wow.
that's not too bad with the Sejuani because the melee can help stack the Sejuani passive, and Set just likes to punch people.
He does he does like to punch people. You are correct. But I mean, you are opting into yet another hard engage. Yeah, I mean, I love the Mordekaiser pick. You snap up the Sejuani, you snap up the Set, you snap up the Callista. They don't have a team anymore, and there's the Victor pick
There's
right
the
on cue.
Victor. Yep,
I
I
mean,
knew
this
it if it
man,
wasn't gonna
this
get banned.
man, out of all of his ranked games this season for Timeless Tinka, uh, 52 games on Victor. And that's going to make up about 70% of his ranked games. He spent a lot of time on the Victor, casted into that.
Hasidon, don't necessarily think that. I could be wrong, but I don't really think that's a.
Well,
No,
all you've got is a
it's a
big
counter matchup.
ball. You just have a ball, just a giant knotted ball of champions just moving together with an ADC that, needless to say, has a very short range. If these champs are not on top of Straw Hats the entire game, they have zero chance. This is an interesting draft. I love Straw Hats draft. They gave themselves a lot of area denial. It's just straight up area denial across the board. This is a comp that my teams have run a lot just because it works really well at this elo. With a Mordekaiser to snap up any sort of hard engage that does get past that area denial. I think they have such a strong, well-rounded comp. And then you just have a ball. I mean, if they can walk around and kill one person at a time, I think name subject to change has a chance. Turbo or whatever has a chance. But getting those champions to do that, they all have to be ahead. The Callista has to be ahead. The Cassin has to be ahead. And that's going to be no easy task for a Sejuani, especially into an Udyr that can shut her down, that can outclear her. This will be interesting.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be a very interesting game because on one side you got very good stacking ultimates. You got the set R into multiple people with the Sejuani and the depth charge from Nautilus, and the Kalissa just ults him out and puts him back in, getting knock up CC onto everything. Cassin swoops in, cleans it all up. On the other hand, you have three disengaged tools with the Zyra root ultimate. You got Mordekaiser ultimate. You got gravity field from the Victor. Uh, you got Udyr with a stun, but I mean that's only a single target. And so going into this game, I believe that the name stealing turbo chads need to just stop the Caitlyn and the Victor, so have focused more onto mid and bot. Because if you just shut down the Caitlyn, she's not going to do anything, right? If you
Yeah.
shut down the Victor, he's not going to get his upgrades. He's not going to scale. Oh, not scale early, I should say. And Mordekaiser is just kind of like one of those things, like just build a QSS, get out of the death room, get out of Brazil, go back to the US, right?
There's not really any great champions that want to go for a QSS item. You've got Cassin, he's going to be opting towards Seraphs and Rod. He's going to be scaling. The Hourglass will help out a little bit. Sejuani doesn't want a QSS. Nautilus doesn't care. I mean, whoever Mordekaiser grabs, they're just delaying the fight. And the cool thing about Straw Hats is they have a bunch of champions to deal with the absolute frontline units uh on Turbo's side. So like Zyra can build pen, she's happy doing it. Victor can build pen, he's happy doing it. Caitlyn can go pen route third item. If it's really a problem, Mordekaiser's going to cut through people's health as well. I mean, they just have such a well-rounded comp. I'm going to give this win the Straw Hats, but we're going to see as we go into the game. We're going to take a few minutes, let them load in, get them a little ahead of the ball, and we're going to take a quick break in the meantime. Well, we are back and getting into this game. Both sides going for grouping up in this early battle to the death. The big ball of death versus the spread out area denial team from Straw Hats. Red side opting for an invade all on their own, not even spotting anything out, and a very interesting bush stack on blue side.
Yep. And yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing. I mean they were ready for the potential invade from red team.
It is a thing. Yeah, it is just a thing. I think it's I mean they're gonna opt towards the getting the Zyra helping out the Udyr, get a nice little first camp clear. So, you know, the chances of him being up there was really low. Maybe he's trying to spot out this Mordekaiser moving up towards the camp, but they're not even gonna spot the jungler if Udyr goes for a full clear with when they place that ward. So interesting pathing for everyone.
Yep. Definitely a very interesting pathing right now. Looks like we're seeing they're both going pathing towards the top side.
Yeah, it's gonna make sense. This top side's gonna be very vicious. I mean, Sejuani going towards bot side is just gonna be tough trying to gank the Zyra plants. They can just zone them out and make sure they never walk down into that river. Around the bot lane for blue side, keeping themselves relatively safe. This Cassidy is going to need a lot more pressure, though, I think, just so that he can get through this laning phase. Victor has just so much more harass potential right now. And with Cassidy having opted for a tier, he's not going to be surviving too long.
Yeah, he's really is just going in for that scaling. Good old ace bets there.
I feel like between the set and the Mordekaiser, Mordekaiser's just gonna get his face just shoved in. Yeah, Set getting some nice damage down onto the Mord there. Not too much Mord can do right now, especially not till level 3 when he gets his shield. Yep, so maybe able to take a little bit of that harass on a little more, but Sedge opting for the full side clear. Not really much she can do up here anyways with Set pushed in. Udyr can't do much either because of the health on his top laner.
Oh, got the stun on there. I'll let him do. Oh,
wow, flash burn for the Mord. That feels terrible.
But Udyr is up here waiting just to try to get the set. Udyr press Ghost to catch up to him. Pops Phoenix stance to get that slow on there, but
Udyr,
Set
you
just
gotta
goes
do
and
everything.
flash the first blood coming from the Set.
Udyr, you have to do everything for your top laner there. He's not gonna be able to do much.
Oh,
Mordekaiser walking back in for nothing. Oh, Sedge might be able to pick up a kill here.
Ooh, she didn't get the second Q off, or second W off. My fault.
Great kill going over the timeless, though. I mean, he's just got to call off his top laner and say, "Get away from me. I can do everything here. I do not need your help." Ooh, Zyra plant just going wide on Nautilus. Almost getting another kill there for blue side. Also, I don't know if this is a visual bug on our end, but it's showing Kalista has not used her spear yet. And I do not see the tether. I don't see the tether between her and Nautilus.
That is not a visual bug. The Kalista has not done it yet.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Nautilus is going for a cheeky hex flash or a real flash. Hard to tell.
That was just a normal flash.
Both junglers now looking at the spot lane, hopefully getting something done.
Yeah, but a little scuffle in the top lane right now.
He is going in on the bot side.
Yep. Sejuani is doing the crab right now. Nautilus just hooks away and he just gets stunned up, gets CC down. Oh, the auto. Kalista doesn't get the Ren execute.
Oh,
but the
no.
exhaust.
Oh, Caitlyn almost autoing her down.
Ooh. Sejuani just gonna clean this up. Double kill.
Man, that is rough. Kalista denying Caitlyn that kill, giving herself a big target on her back, making the Caitlyn hurt for it. I think that exhaust came down onto the Caitlyn right as she tried to flash over to get that last auto, and it was just enough damage reduction to help Kalista walk away from that scuffle. What a close fight.
Clutch exhaust.
Uh-oh. Mordekaiser's actually winning now against the set and the top side all on his lonesome. Victor getting pulled.
Ooh, good hook, but Nautilus gets stunned at her turret, gets a lot of damage, chunked down. Ace Bets goes back in, but doesn't quite get in range for an auto attack.
There's been so much fighting between these two teams, just looking for every single weak point. Nautilus, you walk too much towards the
Ooh.
Victor.
Victor flashed for the enhanced auto from his Q, picking up the kill.
And support getting a little cheeky there. Victor's insanely good damage onto him. Nautilus, you have to remember, if you don't have any items, especially a armor cloak, you aren't much of a tank. You are a hook bot. That's what you are.
It'd be like that, though. He did pick a hook champion. All he good for is just dredge line, auto, and tank.
Yeah, it's gonna feel a little bit rough for Turbo. The Sejuani sitting on most of the kills for them, most of the gold. She picked them up when they did come bot lane. I mean, you not putting that gold onto the Callista, as I mentioned before, the laners have to be ahead. The Cassidy has to be ahead. The Callista has to get ahead. Sejuani's got to keep working to get that gold shoved over onto her laners instead of onto herself. She is not the one who's going to be able to carry this game, especially when Udyr gets going. She's not going to be able to walk up too much, him having too much survivability in these team fights, able to get too much done compared to her. I don't know. I mean, I think Red Side's making some good plays right now. I love the move down bot lane. You know, Kalista barely surviving, but I don't think it's enough to put them over the edge of where they need to be getting out of this laning phase.
No, not really. But I mean, if you think about it, right? Sejuani has 2 kills, but you can mainly think about it for the early mid game to help her other laners scale. Because if she's like semi-fed, she can tank enough damage for her laners to clean it up.
Of course, yeah. They have to be within range of her, and with how Victor wants to play this game, he's sitting on a kill. He's happy. He's into a Cassidy. If they ever ball up into him, he drops 1 W, and they can't do anything about it. He will murder all of them with his E. Sejuani has to get this Cassidy ahead, has to get him fed for him to be able to dive past the Victor and the front line for them and get some good flanks for his team.
Or, you know, the possibility of just, you know, stalling it out 30 minutes.
Yeah. Blue side will always outscale Turbo's team right now, so doesn't matter when they get their items. Those items are just always going to feel better with the champs they are facing.
Or you could outscale, right? But outscaling couldn't really matter if you know how to team fight properly, team fight well. Because if you execute a well-fought team fight, it can always turn the tide of a game.
That's true. With how Nautilus and Sejuani want to play the game, they want to take one person and make sure they die. Problem is, picking between the Udyr, the Victor, the Caitlyn, and the Zyra is tough. All of them are able to take team fights and kind of maintain the damage needed. Ooh, Nautilus going in.
Ooh, doesn't quite hit the dredge line.
Yeah, Victor's little W field. If Nautilus doesn't land that hook, again, as I mentioned, Victor's W just does too much utility into that ball of death moving around the map right now with the Callista, the Sejuani, and the Nautilus.
Yep, Sejuani going in for a Q onto the Caitlyn. Does not quite hit the W2 though.
Yeah, Water playing that fight. Water playing that fight really well. Sejuani trying to go back in.
No, Nautilus was the one really trying to go back in, but
interesting.
Oh, Caitlyn with the ace in the hole, getting the Sejuani, getting a shutdown from her too.
Yeah, that jungler was extremely overextended there, trying to get way too much. Cassidy not calling off his jungler and support there, seeing the Victor roaming down, having Prio just for a brief moment that he can cut off the Cassidy's help, but even then, Sejuani stayed way too long into that fight. Goodness, this is a Rift Herald. This is plating. This is so much pressure for blue side across the board.
Yep, all they got to do is keep that momentum, and they could just win it here.
As is Zyra getting kills as well, getting that gold. I don't hate it at all. I think she has plenty of damage to be able to carry these team fights. She is such a great proponent of having that lead. Not bad at all.
No, not at all.
Also, why is Set not winning these fights anymore? What happened here?
Because he's opting for the bow into work.
Yeah, he's got to wait until he's completed a little bit more of those items for Bork before he's able to take these trades. That attack speed on him not helping too much right now.
Oh, Sejuani is looking
Set
for
opting. Yeah, Set's opting to stay for this. I mean, Mord's just going to yank one of them to the Death Realm.
Yep. And it looks like
there he goes.
Yep, it took Set to the Death Realm.
Stealing
can't really
stats.
survive the W. Maybe he lives. He flashes away. He gets out for a minute. Blows, gets the ulti down, dodges the Q smash on the Mordekaiser. Does he run back in? Oh, he didn't chase, but Sejuani should still get the kill here.
That is rough. What a great flash from Set, holding that until he left the Death Realm and Sedge able to sit on him and make sure he's staying safe. Played very well for the side of Turbo.
Yeah, very good outplay there for the Set. And they did, you can see on Red Team, they did put Ace Bets in that side lane pretty good for him. He can just farm up to that level 16. He is almost level 11 now.
Yeah, he's a little bit behind in farm, but doesn't really matter. He still has that kill in his pocket, and Kassadin's still going to feel the pain trying to walk up to that minion wave to try and farm into him, especially with that range advantage still. W still able to be enough of a item, I'm sorry, enough of an ability to make sure Kassadin doesn't keep going after one ult.
He does have an item advantage, though. He does have that roll up, but it's not stacked. It only has one stack, but still he has a item ahead of him. He's still ahead of maybe in gold slightly.
Good job, Victor, by the way. A Thirsty Orange walking to the enemy jungle to get some vision down ahead of this dragon. This is going to be such a crucial fight for them to win, especially with their small gold advantage, for helping to snowball this lead.
Oh, Dredgeline misses.
Okay, Nautilus.
Ooh, Set just beating up this Mordekaiser right now.
Man, this fight in the top lane going back and forth, back and forth. Whenever a top laner gets a little bit of an item advantage or a little bit of a stat check advantage, going to opt for that full hard engage. Set winning it this time now that he's got a completed board. Caitlyn might be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, nope, never mind. Ignore me.
Callista's the one in trouble.
Yeah, she is murdering everybody. Ooh dear, that's a lot to tank right there. Barely surviving.
Callista went back into the Zyra R and got killed by her.
Callista just doesn't have the range. And even with the jungler. Oh, Zyra, hello.
Ooh, shut down. Dredgeline.
High quality gameplay.
Yep. Caitlyn used the exhaust too, which I don't think she really necessarily needed to.
No, that was just support being silly. Zyra giving over a big gold swing. But they were still able to pick up the dragon after that. Getting Cloud Dragon feels okay. Especially with the Udyr and all that. So
Yeah, we are
Infernal Dragon, though.
Infernal.
That'll be interesting for the Caitlyn. I don't know. A lot of these Nautilus's engages are either going wide or just very poorly timed. I mean, he's literally ahead of his entire team. And again, they have to fight as this death ball. So if you're not fighting as a death ball and you have a death ball comp and you miss your hook and you stay in the fight, things aren't going to go well. And you're going to end up with those 4 deaths.
Yep.
Radiant Virtue getting picked up for the Sejuani, by the way.
I mean, it's still a decent item. Even with, I believe it did get nerfed, but I mean, Sejuani is pretty much going full tank.
It got nerfed for bruisers trying to abuse the item rather than tanks. Tanks still benefit a massive amount from the item's stats. Biggest things being the fact that it's turned into an active now, and also it just gives you more max health when you pop it. So again, if you're building those tank items and not just using it as a secondary like Karma, it's actually still a really good item.
Yep. Oh, Mordekaiser sends him to the death realm, but Set's gonna win this fight.
Yeah, Udyr might be able to finish this off. Great dodge on the W. Free kill for the Udyr.
Yep. If the set just landed the W, he could have killed the Udyr, but then
Hey,
we all
if a
talk
lot
about
of if a
hypotheticals.
lot of champions landed a lot of abilities, a lot of things would be different in this game.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Sejuani
Udyr
going
having a level
1v1.
advantage. Blue side rotating over. Is Udyr going to survive long enough for them to give him help?
Yep.
Sejuani running for the hills now. Oh no, and there's the TP. Oh
Ace
no,
Pet's
there's the
keeping
TP.
in.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no. Oh no.
not
Oh
not a
no.
great TP.
Odd call there. I mean, the jungler on Turbo is their fill for this game, and right there, even with the massive lead he's accrued, kind of a awkward timing for the Kassadin to be TPing into behind enemy lines. Nautilus might be getting picked here again.
He just walks away for right now.
He just likes absorbing damage. Somebody needs to go tell him that the whole point of a tank is not just to take damage, you also have to survive tanking the damage.
Yep, another scuffle in the bot lane. Set's just punching him right now.
I mean, Strawhats are going to run down this Rift Herald. Oh my god, this Nautilus. What are you doing, buddy?
Oh, Kalista just getting ran down.
You can't tank it. You can't tank Victor. You can't tank Udyr, and you can't tank Zyra, all sitting on top of you, pouring damage into you. This is a Rift Herald well worth it. Kassadin's going to try and get some stuff done here.
Kassadin could kill him the Zyra, get a shutdown.
Okay. Well, they got some stuff. Ilta still get this charge on the inhib. Gonna back off and be a little safer here, though. This is a 17-minute game, by the way. 17 minutes in, and we're already knocking on the inhib. This is atrocious.
Yep. This is very unfortunate for the name-stealing Turbo Chads right now, but they can theoretically come back. I still have faith. It's still
theoretically, yeah. They have not hit the Nexus yet. You are correct. Now, whether or not the chances are high is a whole nother matter. I mean, again, we mentioned earlier, blue side's scaling like a madman. I mean, you got the Victor, you've got Zyra, you've got Caitlyn, all fantastic champions once they've gotten full items. And they are well on their way to completely stomping this game. Caitlyn sitting on 3,000 gold over her mid laner. I mean, just so much gold in her pocket right now to work with. Udyr sitting at 7,800 as well. These champions will carry these team fights. As long as they are not brain dead, they will carry these team fights fantastically well. Nautilus, please do not go for another engage. Thank you.
Ooh,
goodness.
Caitlyn having the IE, she's going to be hitting hard.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a oof from him. Oh, Nautilus, no. Oh, there you go.
He's just running at the Kalista.
Okay. Bit better of a TP from everybody.
Ooh, they got the Caitlyn onto the backline. Set also the Zyra shutdown for the set. Gets it pulled back in. Zyra flashes over the wall, and they're...
Oh no.
She gets sent to the death realm. She doesn't get... She gets hit by the Q.
Yeah, Mordekaiser still back there trying to get some work done.
He just flashes away.
Yeah, Victor was not in that fight at all. He was farming in the bot side of the map. Set getting such a good TP off to get into the backline for that fight, and Caitlyn not respecting it. Maybe she thought the same as me, where the initial thought was, oh, that's the Kassadin. You know, I can move away from him, doesn't have too much CC, but no, Set slamming his ult into her. And yet, even after all of that, not even fully cleaning up the team fight. Well done for Nautilus, though. Give him credit where credit's due. He did survive that fight pretty well. Walking into a stun again, though. Oh boy. Play for the Victor.
He flashed
Play for
away.
the Victor.
Still gets killed. Kalista's stacking up the spears, but doesn't get the kill.
Yeah, that's a great play from Udyr, zoning everybody off. Gonna get this dragon for free. Maybe. Okay.
Might flow him Sejuani gets a W, but they still get the
Alright,
Infernal
Udyr.
from him.
Yeah, Udyr sacrificing his life. Just make sure the Sejuani can't get in there first. Might steal, but you know, odd fight. Just weird. Just a weird fight. You know, Victor's trying to solo a Kassadin. Kassadin deciding, you know what? This Victor can get away for free. I'm gonna allow it. I'll allow it.
For now.
For now. Yeah, I don't have my tier. I don't have my Seraph's Embrace yet. I'll let him leave.
The blue team starting up the Baron right now. They're virtually uncontested.
Yeah, I mean, they want to try and end this game out. They're just so strong right now, sitting on a 5K gold lead, winning a lot of these team fights, even with poor engages, even with not being fully committed with all members or having a member in the side lane. They're still doing well in these team fights. It's going to be real tough for them to pull off another engage like that, especially when Straw Hats know it's coming. I mean, they're going to be playing defensive to some degree. I think the Udyr engage there was a little bit of a weird
Ooh, good hook.
play.
She's just gone. Callista gets the kill.
Yeah, Caitlyn, you kind of got to give the lane up if you don't have anybody near you.
Another good hook. Oh, Sejuani ult goes wide, but Callista still picks up the kill.
Udyr not even running through the Zyra ult to get onto the Callista. What is life? What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
What even? You have a dead man's and a Zyra ult going off and a squishy Callista. Yeah, just go kill Callista. Kill Callista.
Fighting in the
There you
middle
go.
right now. The Victor
need to
ult
attack
is
Sedge.
spreading through her.
Now you can attack Sedge. There we go. See? Look how much easier you have in that team fight when the Callista goes down. A thirsty orange playing that ult very well, going straight for the Callista, burning through her bloodthirster, shield bow. Udyr just slapping the Sejuani around the entire time instead.
Very well played for blue team.
Yeah, I just want to point out the fact that the Sejuani did end up flying past everybody's houses in that fight. Actually struck Unbound in the face, so that's going to feel real rough. Oh, well, you hate to see it.
You take a little breather now. Just farm it up currently, trying to get the tier 1 in top lane.
They do have the Baron. They want to be able to split push. They want to be able to push in mid and top. Sending Mordekaiser to the bot lane when he has the TP up. I mean, they're playing it fine. I mean, their macro's fine. Sejuani, winning the ult onto Zyra.
Just chasing down.
Here we go. There we go.
Down.
Stay on the ADC.
Oh, the Zyra plant's doing a lot of damage, but here comes Set. Doesn't quite get the Shriver, but does get the E.
Oh,
and
my
he's, oh my lord. Has no resistances besides
Udyr's still alive. Udyr's still alive. Love that champ. So balanced.
Holy
Goodness
moly.
gracious. Oh wow, cast a burning
just,
slash and ult.
Oh, just chasing on Mordekaiser, but does
love
get
that
the kill.
champion too.
Yep, he is almost level 16.
I mean, from
matter?
how that started, they had gotten the ult right onto the Zyra, able to burn her down. Callista was able to help out for a decent amount, but I think she just burned too quickly to the Zyra plants and the Udyr abilities, and so she's not able to follow up that fight. Victor running in there and just burning everyone straight down. Set getting absolutely melted by the Victor as well. Well played from him. I mean, especially with the Shadow Flame. Set's W means nothing to that man.
Yeah, he only has the Merc Treads and the Chain Vest. Gonna build it into Death Stance, which I don't really think should be the play here. I feel like he should build more resistances just to at least try to survive these fights.
I mean, he's a damage dealer for their side. You don't have enough damage coming from Callista right now. You know, I think Cassidon's in a decent spot, but he needs to be able to hit everyone with his abilities. And that's just so hard to do when you're in melee and you don't have too much spacing otherwise from your teammates. So Set feels like he has to get more AD in this game. He feels like he needs to kill more with his ult, do more with his ult, and hit them for where it hurts. He's struggling to find some plays here without getting some good picks.
Flash root onto 2 members of red team, but nothing really else right now. They're just gonna blast plan away and get out. But the Caitlyn will eat the whole ace in the hole. Doesn't get the Nautilus.
Zyra face tanking a lot there. She kind of decided that she wanted to eat a lot of damage. Just taste the rainbow in that play.
The rainbow is tasted, and she
The
thought
rainbow
tasted,
is tasted. Yes.
and she thought it tasted really well because she did get out of there.
Yeah, she's done it a few times in these team fights too, taking Sejuani's ult to the face. Hey, if it tastes like ice cream, then you go for it. Zyra, you are not at full health, girl. Come on.
Not on the stretch line onto
Oh,
the
there we
Udyr, and they
go.
burn
There
him
we
down.
go.
Sejuani is still just in the gravity field, but Cassidy can't do a whole lot. He's
Yeah.
just getting exhausted by Caitlyn. Flash Caitlyn try to get the Cassidy, but can't do anything. And this game's just over.
Yeah, Udyr in the middle of the team with a Caitlyn, a Zyra, and a Victor, all throwing their splash damage right into the center. That ball of death that they had so hoped would be their salvation has been their ruin. And that's going to be Straw Hats getting game one. What a beautiful execution of a very stinking easy comp. Not much else that I think Turbo can do in that situation. I mean, that's just a rough game to try and win. They had some good plays. The set TP in that mid-game team fight, I think, gave them a decent chance to try and turn this game around, but it just was not enough. Sejuani trying to get some ults down onto the Zyra and the Caitlyn as well, not enough. Callista as a champion is not great when she is the only one you are relying on. If you want to play like that, it's fine. You just can't do it with Callista. There's so many other champions you can pick there if that's what you need to opt into. I think Kog'Maw is super good in that slot, especially if you got a ball in front of him to protect him, keep him alive, because even in these team fights, Callista is staying relatively safe. So you melt through that Udyr, and now they don't have a front line. Mordekaiser opting to split most of the game. I think that was winnable. I really do. What do you
Yeah,
think, Gumi?
it definitely was a uh what's the word for it? It was very upsetting to see that the comp that was drafted for name stealing turbo chads wasn't executed properly. But it, like you said, in the early game with the early kills for the Victor for the Caitlyn, it just and the plating for the Caitlyn, she just got way too far ahead for turbo chads that they couldn't deal with anything. They didn't have the necessary anyone on their team.
And I mean, if you want to remember the Sejuani roaming down and trying to get a kill in that tri-bush with the Nautilus, when no other members of their team was able to help out, you are relying on you to not only hit everything onto the Caitlyn, which I think was their target in that play, but also Cassidy couldn't follow up, Callista couldn't follow up. So at the end of the day, you're walking up alone. You die, then the Nautilus dies. Bada bing, bada boom. Udyr's able to bring the Rift Herald over, give that Caitlyn the plating. That is where the snowball started. And I think what they need to be asking themselves is, why do we even end up in this position? This is not where we wanted to be as a team. This is not a play we should ever be in. This is extremely overextended, especially when Cassidy sees the Victor rotating. You should be calling your Sejuani off immediately. I mean, that's just completely greedy from them. That's where the game went out of control in my book. But we're going to have to see how well they do game two. Maybe they'll clean up draft a little bit, clean up some of those plays. And I really do think they had a chance. Top lane played insanely well for the position they were in. They do have a chance.
Yep, they. I mean, everyone has a chance to win games.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, we'll be moving on to break for now, getting everybody back into the lobby, and we will see you guys in a few minutes. We are back to draft,
Woo!
which is
Excitement.
which is crazy. I mean, they have their jungler back. Unleash is back on jungle for NSTC. Sounds like a drug. And they are willing to opt to get rid of the Zaya again. Not bad. And hopefully they can get rid of some of those problem champions. I want to see a ban towards the Udyr, but it doesn't look like they're going to do it. Straw Hats could be one that Udyr. Or
Yep.
Caitlyn. Sorry.
Yep.
Caitlyn works
They're
too.
probably just gonna stick with the same lane, Caitlyn Zyra. I
Yep.
sure hope they don't choose Callista into that again, because that really didn't work out for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Nautilus was fine. Stick to the Nautilus, but there's so many other ADCs that are just so much better into a Caitlyn. You can go for the. There we go. That's a
Well,
little bit better.
uh,
That'll
I
take
s-
care of it. What? What?
I mean, Jin, yes, is good, but that's not a
Better
champion
than Kong.
anymore. It's not a
Yes, he
champion
is.
anymore. Jin isn't.
When did he get nerfed? Tell me
He
when he
didn't.
got nerfed.
He didn't get nerfed, but Jin in the 80 carry role just isn't as good as it once was.
When?
Literally this season,
Why?
because he just doesn't have the damage output that's necessary for this meta.
That's not true.
Okay,
That's not true in the slightest. The only way Jin is irrelevant is when the enemy team has 3 or more tanks. That is the only scenario. And when they do have 3 or more tanks, then he is useless. But if they are squishy or they have 1 tank, Jin is happy as a clam. He does plenty of damage. He's paired with a Lux. I think this is a great bot lane to go. Gumi, you're wrong.
I don't agree with it, but we'll see. All right, we'll see.
Picking up the Ash for the Caitlyn, Ash Caitlyn combo is still pretty decent. I don't know if that's the play to do for the Lux, but we're gonna be seeing a decent amount of cleanses coming down for the Jin.
They're just matching poke with poke. Really, you got Jin who has semi decent poke. You got Lux who's great at poke, and you got Caitlyn that has Q for poke, and you have Ash with W with poke. It's just a poke bot lane.
Yep, they're gonna do some double range over here. I still think the Caitlyn's gonna be a little bit stronger than the Jin, but I think pairing the Lux with the Jin is such great burst damage. Oh, a Lilia pairing, very nice. So they have 2 ways of engaging for Straw Hats. They can either go for the picks with the arrows, or they can go with the Lilia sleeps. They have just so much engaged potential. Let's see a good jungle counter. Not bad,
Wukong.
not bad, not terrible.
I do like the Wukong.
Yeah, good pairing with the Lux and the Jin, working towards that comp. I would love to see uh the name turbo subject.
The name stealing Turbo Chads.
God, I hate it. I would love to see the name stealing turbo chads opt for Talia. I don't know if they play it, but it just helps their comp with zone. It helps them with preventing that B4, B5 taking champions to get to the Jin and the Lux. I think it's just such a good champ right now as well for preventing too much in these team fights. Uh,
There's the Victor band though.
yeah, Victor getting a good thwack on the head. Victor with the Lilia is just a monster. You know, you drop everything after her ult. They can't really do too much. So I like that ban a lot.
And, and then the set band. They saw it as so much of a problem in the top lane. They're like, get it
Hey,
out of here.
he
Our
was
top laner
doing
can't play against it.
he
This is
was he was doing some good work that last game, trying to get some work done. I don't hate it at all.
and the Tristana ban. I guess that's probably a ban for the mid laner. If I'd
Yeah.
have to guess, because
Yeah,
Caitlyn,
you
of
know.
course, is already the 80 carry, so
Yeah,
I'm assuming
just
more than
trying to
likely.
keep themselves safe, trying to prevent them from going for too much dive, but taking the Vlad immediately into a very squishy backline like Caitlyn Ash. You dodge one ability from the Ash and you have instant backline action. Ooh, but the Aurelia coming out.
Ooh, baby.
Great pick into the Vlad. Really well done baiting that. Lilia Aurelia, such a great duo between them. Really do want to see that Aurelia in the mid lane, but we're going to have to wait and see what they opt for with that.
Yep, we'll see what the last pick is. If it's either a flex for the Aurelia or if that Aurelia is just probably either going or mid, it could be anything.
Yep.
It is Aurelia, man.
All right, we see the Gnar going into the top lane, safe all arounder. Can engage, can poke, can harass, can split push, can do pretty much whatever you need him to do in a good spot right now as well, especially with the Black Cleaver buffs. Sitting real nice and pretty with a lot of items he can go. Shield Bow into Bloodthirster, Triforce into I'm sorry, I misspoke. Shield Bow into Black Cleaver, pretty good. Triforce into Black Cleaver, okay. Divine into Black Cleaver, very good as well. A lot of different options for him for itemization, and a Fiora is such a great matchup into the Gnar as well. Wow, both teams drafting not bad, not bad at all. What are your thoughts?
Uh, so still going with my opinion. I don't think Jin is the best AD carry and to pick, but and this is a but with the team here that is presented, I do see it going pretty well. However, with Straw Hats, they could just literally hop onto the Jin. You got the Gnar with the double jump with his Mega Gnar pushing him back into the stun. You got Aurelia with her blade. No, not her blade dance, whatever it is. Her E and just stun, ulti. Because she could just dash into everyone, including into the backline. You got Lilia with sleep with her Q, E, W, all the abilities. Wow, Huza, she's
Yeah.
million miles per hour.
So when you take a Fiora, you need to be able to look at your ability to 4v4. Fiora wants to be able to split push. She wants to duel anybody who approaches her. So we have to look at the Jin Lux, Wukong, Vlad. Are they able to play this game? Even more importantly, Vlad can split push as well. So you can end up with a 1-3-1 comp here as well. That in a bubble, I think, makes the Jin pick a lot harder to execute with, right? So Jin with something like uh, a Talia again, or a Vigar, which did get banned away, something in the mid lane to make sure that the enemy team can't do much. And Jin can help clean up these fights really, really well, especially with a Wukong able to go in and start a lot of these fights. But with a Vlad, now you're in a territory where you are relying on Wukong Vlad to burst people a mile away from your team and hope that Jin ults land. And even in that scenario, you either burst them or you lose the fight. So you are opting for a Lux and a Vlad and a Wukong to just kill at least two members of Straw Hats for you to be able to win these fights while allowing this Fiora to split push. And Gnar is a very difficult champion to split push into. He's got the auto range. If Fiora ever tries to close the gap and he's under turret, he can run. Managing that Gnar bar, especially around the Fiora, makes it so that she can't exactly dive too easily into him. So I think Straw Hats have a fantastic draft. I don't think Jin is a bad champion, but I think the draft for the turbos, named turbos, could be a little bit more well-rounded. So a lot of reliance on this Wukong performing well. You got to play these team fights real well, man. You're the only front line they're going to have. Vlad's going to go in there and try and get some work done, but like he's playing into an Aurelia, he's playing into a Lilia, he's playing into an Ashe. It's going to be tough. He's got to find those perfect engages, and that's not something they were doing last game.
Nope. And if Jin doesn't take cleanse this match, he
That's
is
true.
trolling.
That
No
is
flame,
100%
but
true.
flame.
No, that's 100% true. Like he can play into that lane. He just needs to cleanse. Lux is going to need to alleviate a lot of that buildup from the Caitlyn Ashe. Again, I'm gonna have to go with Straw Hats for this draft. I think it's just more well-rounded. Getting that Aurelia ahead with the Lilia and keeping the entire team safe with the Ashe ease is just a very solid, you know, low, like even at this elo, very solid comp, very solid team identity to play around.
Yep, but as it goes, I am going to go. Even though I do like Straw Hats, I am going to have to go with Turbo Chads on this one because I want to
You're
see
just
Ace
trying
Bets
to be
pop off.
spicy.
Yeah, I am also trying to be spicy too.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be relying on Unleashed to do a lot of work this fight. We're going to be going to a quick break, waiting for them to load up into this game, and we will be right back with you guys in a couple minutes. Thank you guys for watching all those random ads on Twitch to join us again for game 2 of Straw Hats versus Time to Change Names Again.
Name stealing Turbo Chads. Good job.
Yeah, them. That one.
You did it.
I sure did. Sure did it. Blue side going for an invade on bot 30 seconds until bushes, and interesting. Turbo names going for an invade in exactly the same place that Straw Hats were game 1.
Oh, they are going to steal the Lux. They're going to try to go for that Lux. Oh,
Lux, hello, Lux, hello, Lux, hello,
didn't
hello.
See anyone?
Hello,
what is going on?
Hello, Lux.
You saw the Lilia, and you flashed. What?
Wow.
You saw the Lilia. Where you? I guess.
I never claimed that these teams were pro. I never claimed that these teams were above average either, but you know, that's just me. That's a rough invade coming down. Lux blowing her flash simply for being AFK for just a moment. Needed to get that song playing just right in Spotify, missing out on that early engage. I mean, it just sucks because no one on Straw Hats has that good level 1. It would have been a free kill with anyone. If anyone on their team was able to have hard CC that early in the game.
Yeah, shit, like Azira again. I don't even remember if it was banned or not. I think it was.
I still like the Ashe here, but like, you know, even with her, she's waiting until 6 to get the hard CC. Caitlyn's hard CC isn't really reliable, especially for the engage. It's more follow-up, especially at this point in the game. Lux doing her job, getting that poke down on the Caitlyn, making her hurt for this. Uh-oh.
Level 2. Doesn't quite get a whole lot because it is only level 2.
Yeah, Unleash playing incredibly aggressive. Only clearing 1 camp before looking mid. If I was the Aurelia, I would not have expected that look. I mean, that is super early in this game.
I don't think anyone was expecting that.
He's just making up for the fact that he was AFK when the first game started. You know, he's
Jin.
like, hey, guys.
Jin! Why were you walking up, Jin?
I don't know.
What?
Uh-oh, Lux
it's
shooting
Lux
back
to
a
get
kill.
kill. But
Good
as
lord.
both laners taking cleanse too, I just realized that Caitlyn cleansing away from the Q.
Yeah, Jin opting to flash away from Ashe when she goes too aggressive there. Wukong coming in for a good look on the Lux onto Caitlyn though. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Caitlyn flash forward.
Oh no, Water's opting to try and push forward again for that kill. Giving it over to the Jin! Yeah!
Let's go.
Let's give it to the Jin. All right. Wow, a lot of stuff burned for the Caitlyn. Caitlyn burning her flash to finish off Lux. She got incredibly unlucky there. Minion walked up to block that Q and prevent that initial insanely high load of damage from the Caitlyn Q to be able to finish off that Lux. Flash going down for all champions in bot lane except Jin still having it right now. Interesting.
Jin having both summoners. Still
Well,
pretty good.
I wouldn't be expecting that for Water or Shabuti.
Oh, another
Uh-oh.
Q lands onto the Lux and Unleash gets the kill.
And that is the power of a Lux Jin. You've got the Q coming down from the Lux and the Jin popping that W on top of Ashe. She cannot move and Wukong is free to smack him around with a wooden rod.
Hey, you're not wrong. That is definitely wood, but what kind of wood is it?
I have no idea what his staff's made out of. Uh-oh, Fiora. Getting a little greedy there onto the Lilia, seeing the Gnar walk up and kind of ignoring the fact that he existed.
Oh, here's
this
Ace
is why. Uh-oh, that's a dead Lilia.
Both flashing over. Can Ace Pets get out of here, though? The Aurelia is there, but Fiora is fighting the Gnar and losing. Doesn't quite get gets the W off, but doesn't block anything, and Gnar picks up the kill.
Interestingly, it was a really good roam from the Vlad, and then Fiora kept going. Really good play from the Vlad, and top lane decided, you know what, I'm gonna make that really good. Oh.
Ooh, Jin counted to 4.
Wow, it's
baby.
almost like Jin's actually a good ADC with the right matchups. It's crazy.
Not my solo queue games.
All I'm saying is that I do not see a tank in this bot lane, and this means that Jin is viable.
Not my solo queue games.
Although Lilia is making her presence known here, they might not know she's down here. Uh-oh.
They have no idea.
Oh!
Jin cleansing for some reason.
Okay, Lilia
Jin
trading
probably
back
thinking-
those kills.
Jin cleansing there for no reason makes me think that he thought he had heal.
Wow, this is such a bloody first few minutes of this game. 5 minutes in and already 11 kills on the board for both teams. Jin sitting at 3-2, Caitlyn at 2-2. This bot lane, a spicy bot lane. Lilia coming down at the exact moment needed, and she is sitting on a 20 farm lead in the jungle as well. she is going to be the one to try and get them through this mid game. Hopefully she can pop that E onto some of the backline for the side of Turbo name changers.
Oh, that is Strawhats.
And
Or you're talking about
no,
on the
no, no, no.
Oh, you're talking
The
about-
damage. No, the damage is going on to the turbo name changers. So
Yeah, I kind of blinked out for a second. I didn't know what you were talking about, but yeah, you're right.
right. I don't know if you know this, Gimme, but a Thirsty Orange, are they a good Aurelia player? Are they above average?
I couldn't tell you personally, but I know I'm a really good Aurelia player. You should see me in my matches.
Because like the more I look at the comps, the more I understand the fact that this Aurelia, if she's in a spot, she can kind of pop off. You know, Lilia setting up these team fights, Caitlyn and Ashe, you know, getting some good damage in the backline. But like Aurelia can stay in the middle of these skirmishes, get to the Jhin. Jhin can't do anything about her. Get to the Lux. Lux can't do anything about her. Wukong, sure, Wukong's going to be doing things, but like he wants to move forward. He doesn't want to be somebody to peel for his team. Vlad can't really do anything about this early in team fights as well. I don't know. This champ's looking kind of really good on this comp.
A well-timed W from Fiora is the only thing that can stop her.
Yeah, but Fiora doesn't want to be in these fights in the first place.
Very true.
So there's that. Uh-oh, Nar, don't take turrets.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. It gets a solo kill.
All right. Nar chucking her into the wall. You're not able to do too much about that.
You know, Nar.
Free dragon for the Lily as well. They're getting so much off this play.
Yeah, Nar timed it perfectly with all of her cooldowns. She used her W previously. That's like a 20-second cooldown right there.
She used that ult in that fight too. She tried to pop it to try and kill a Nar, and Nar said nope. Nar said no to the ult.
Four shot going wide. Hot shot, baby.
Yeah.
Get caught out.
Lilia trying to chase some people down. Wukong in the backline.
Ultimate. Lilia is dead. Exhaust onto Aurelia. She got knocked up. Jhin counted to 4 and
she got deleted. I don't know. I was just guessing what you'd said. You did cut out a little bit there, Gumi. But yeah, Wukong getting a really nice look at the backline there. Able to get that fight started. Everyone moving up with the Lilia. Lilia not even having a moment of peace to get the ult off. Uh-oh.
Looks like they're going for a dive. Caitlyn tried to do some spicy, but didn't quite execute it.
Nah, Vlad able to pick up the turret aggro there at the very end and pulling out. So really well executed turret dive for them.
I mean, we're getting 3 turret plates for the Jhin. Getting scaling 5 and 2.
Yep, Jhin looking like a primary carry. Oh no, Lilia. Uh-oh.
Oh, the sleep goes down, but Jhin has cleansed. Jhin cleanses perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, W lands.
This dear lady isn't sitting too pretty right now. She's just running for the hills. Ashe now realizing that she is pushed up a little bit too far. Vlad trying to finish out the Lilia. Just enough blood on the table to finish that one off. Vlad scaling nicely into this game.
Yep. This looks like a completely different team for Turbo Chads right now. We got bot lane.
Hey, they got their jungler back. They got this Unleashed guy back. You know, he's making plays happen across the board. Wukong going into the backline, making this Lilia not able to do too much. I mean, you can't solo ult somebody as the Lilia not knowing that Wukong's standing next to you. You have to wait the full 7 or 8 seconds, wait for that back timer to finish, and then you can look for something.
It's also very good too because she didn't know that Jhin had cleanse up. That was a very good cleanse for that Jhin.
Yep. Sleep not able to do too much if you can cleanse the sleep. I sound like Uncle Roger. I don't know why.
Oh, but you know, Lilia said, "You know what? You go to sleep now." But Jhin said, "Nope, I'm wide awake for this game."
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And I mean, even with that last team fight, it really did a lot getting onto that backline, finishing off, I believe, the Jhin on her own. I mean, she can carry these fights. They just need to set it up a little bit better. Know where the Wukong is. Right now, the gold lead is 2K. You know, a lot of that gold's going to be sitting on top of that Jin. Thank you. A lot of that gold's sitting on top of that Jin, and the rest of it's spread out evenly between the support and jungler. You know, so a lot of team fighting potential here, but Aurelia keeping up with the gold, Gnar keeping up with the gold. A lot of team fight capabilities still here for Straw Hats. They are not out of this game at all.
No, you are correct in that.
I don't know. Of the two teams, which one scales better? What do you think? Oh my God, Ash! Why?
That was a wide arrow, and I was still trying to think of who scaled better.
Yes, the Jin is going to walk into the mountain for that ult to land. All right. Cool. Let Nim go for free.
I'm still thinking.
That's okay.
Straw Hats. I definitely think Straw Hats.
Yeah, no, I think Straw Hats scales better too. They have an Aurelia, they have a Caitlyn, they have a Lilia. Like, that's just so much damage straight up. Gnar getting dropped though on top side to the Fiora. No, I'm sorry, to the Wukong.
Ooh, that's the combination Jin with the curtain call and fourth shot onto the Ash.
Yeah, once they lose that, Lily is a little surrounded.
Oh, Jin W lands. This Jin is very good with his W's. It's
crazy. It's crazy what the ADC can do, and he's actually playing a champion he's good at. You know, Bane hitting a lot of these long W's, and that's all his job is I land the W, I get the movement speed needed to walk up, and I help them finish off this character, whoever they may be.
Woo! Oh, and Lux just being the pest she is, like a little gnat flying around your face.
I really do like this bot lane, the Jin Lux, and it's kind of crazy to me that Straw Hats tried to opt into the Ashe to try and counter it, and then trying to let the Ashe carry them. You know, a lot of these fights, they're relying on Ashe to do something, trying to get the ult down. Oh, that's another arrow going wide. Before waiting for confirmation on where people are. You have so many different ways to get vision. Lilia should be relatively safe going into this river to get vision. Caitlyn should always have the shove so they can go get vision. And yet they're starting a lot of these team fights not knowing where the Wukong is, not knowing where the Vlad is. And that's all they're doing, is they're just sending the Vlad to the right spot. They're sending the Wukong to the backline, and they're getting the team fights they want every single time.
But you know, they do have the hawk shot, which is, I know, my jungler's favorite ability.
Yeah, well, if they used it correctly, sure.
Ooh, Lux walking a little bit too far, getting the poke down. Exhaust is used. Ulti down for the Lux. W lands. Gale Force auto. Jin is unstoppable, by the way.
Yeah, Lux setting up that kill perfectly for Jin to just do a nice little auto Q, Gale Force, W. Auto. Fiora.
Ooh.
A little overextended there.
A little greedy for the farm.
Even with that farm there, I mean, you see the Gnar about to hit the Gnar bar, and you're still walking up to the wave. Hello?
Oh, yes. First turret gold going to Turbo Chads.
So I've been in this spot many a time playing solo queue on Jin. I get myself a nice little kill lead early. I get a nice little 8-2. And then there's champs in the game like Aurelia that make me useless. It does not matter how far ahead or behind they are. They just make Jin completely negated.
I love Aurelia, right?
Yep, gotta love her. A lovely 3K gold lead now for the side of name turbo changers, Steelers, and a Rift Herald coming up. Aurelia, what are you doing, girl?
She doesn't have that work. She doesn't have any resistance. She doesn't have the Merc Treads.
Yeah, she's just trying to She's trying to outscale a Vlad that's 303. That's not feeling too hot. You know, she's got to get some of these kills I'd say send your bot lane to mid lane to try and help with the D push, and try and
Ooh.
lane into uh-oh,
Oh, the Astro
uh-oh.
cleanse, but he walked up too far.
Hey, remember that shutdown I was talking about that she should go get on top of the Jin? Yeah, she just got it.
Yep, but Vladimir cleaning up with a double kill, cleansing nothing, Caitlyn. You can't cleanse anything. Triple kill. Tries to go for
Uh-oh.
this leap, but Vladimir dodged with a full Q, lands on the Lily. Is this
Oh,
a quadra
no.
kill? Or the Vladimir quadra kill? They just
No,
delivered
it's
the
a
Penta
penta.
for you. Is this coming to the Penta? Ace, but going in right now. W slow right now. He's going to Q. Get the E down. Come on. Q, E, Q. Penta kill for Ace Bet.
No. That's not what you want to see. A
Woo!
very late TP from the Gnar is going to make all of that fight go away. Aurelia making such a nice play there. Getting picked off under turret by the Lux Q into ult. Wukong setting up the rest of that fight for the Vlad to come in and just clean house.
Ooh.
Just a terrible, terrible turn of events for Straw Hats.
Name stealing Turbo Chad definitely feel good after that one. 8-0 Vladimir right now. Whew.
Yep, 8-0 Vlad and an 8-3 Jin. Wukong doing pretty good himself. Only one not really in the game right now is the Fiora, but like, does it even matter?
I don't believe it does.
This is when you're the solo laner on the Fiora in solo queue, and you look at your other lanes and you're like, thank God that my terrible play does not matter this game.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, on the bright side for Straw Hats, Aurelia did pick up some good gold there. She was able to get a full boost. Did get the shutdown on the Jin as well as Lux, I believe. She was able to get both kills there. Uh-oh, this is not a good fight for you. Why are you going
fight.
for this fight?
Ash ulted, Jin gets the kill onto the Ash. Jiren opens up the curtain call. Lily's
In
gonna
what
try to
world?
Vladimir.
In
Jin-
what world do you go for that fight?
In a world where they think they win.
Yeah, this game's looking pretty over at this point if they want to take
Ooh.
fights like that. Walking into that river bush with no vision face checking into 4 members of Turbo Name Stealers. Another kill going to the Vlad, another kill going to the Jin. Even Fiora picking up a kill there onto the Gnar, split pushing the top side. This does not look good for Straw Hats at all.
Not in the slightest. This Vladimir is gonna be 100% a problem. And the Ashero just scouting for vision.
Yeah, so much of their team comp revolves around Straw Hats moving forward, going for the pick plays, going for the team fight plays, but you can't do that when the Vlad is the one that's fed. You can't do that when Ash isn't getting anything done. She is 1-9. What a terrible position to be in. It feels terrible. As Ash, seeing a Vlad that's super fed, seeing a Lux that's super fed, you cannot play into their team. You have to sit back, be an ult bot, and hope beyond hope that somebody messes up. That's it. That's all you've got.
Yep. All they need is a misplay from name stealing Turbo Chads. And this game can just be turned on its head.
Well, they're going to need a little bit more for it. For the game to be turned on its head, let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, they're gonna need like, say like David Batista coming behind Turbo Chads and
I don't know why, but I thought
bombing them.
John Bon Jovi. I don't know why. I like literally my mind went to, yeah, John Bon Jovi needs to come and bless the heads of Straw
You
Hats.
have Macho Man Randy Savage.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I really don't.
I just know the name. I don't really know a whole lot about him, but you know.
Yeah, that skill going over the Fiora. Ooh, that was a beautiful Ash arrow. Giving it a kill over to the Aurelia. Maybe this game is not over. Although, on the flip side, we do see Fiora getting the kill on the Gnar and then dying back. Uh-oh. Just a lot of pick plays. Lots and lots of pick plays across the map, trying to get some sort of pressure on different parts. And this is going to be a Baron play.
Hotshot does
Right
cut him
after.
out.
I mean, they don't have a smite. They can't walk into this. This is going to be a free Baron going over through the jungler, unleashed. Great call on his part, shepherding his team over to there. No real way for them to go for the steal. No real way for them to contest it. They're going to be using this Baron on the Fiora, letting her split push, try and get some more pressure in that bot lane as well. Trying to 1-4 their comp down the gullet of Straw Hats.
That was a good arrow, but it doesn't really matter because Fiora isn't the priority that needed to be going for these arrows.
I mean, Fiora is a great person to try and kill, but like, it's has to be done with name changers not getting anything else, and that was not the case. They had too much pressure in the side lanes, and yeah, you're getting some gold in the pockets of the Aurelia, but at what cost? You know, what'd you end up losing for that? And they ended up losing a mid turret, and they lost Baron for it.
And they're opting to have the Fiora split in the top side while Vladimir goes in the bot lane, because Dragon is up in a minute 30.
Yeah, you know, name changers, name turbo stealers, name takers, nameless, name
stealing turbo chads.
name stealing people. I really don't. It doesn't matter, does it? You have a weird name. It revolves around taking other people's names, and you don't have an actual name for yourself. So,
I mean, do you really need one if you're winning game 2 in the 3-game series?
exactly, you're those people. That's all you are. It's those people against that group.
Those dudes.
That's a better name in my book. At least it's only 2 words.
You're trying to 1v1 the Gnar. Well, I wouldn't say trying. I mean, she is trading him, but he does have the Mega, and she does back away, respecting a Mega Gnar. It's
like the whole thing where like you are getting one of those like super high lifted cars, you know, and it's like a monster truck, and you're driving on the normal street. You're literally just compensating, and that's what you do when you have a team name with 4 words in it. You're just compensating. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Okay, so does your team name have 4 words in it, or am I crazy?
I mean, technically, but it's abbreviated, like the first 3 words.
Okay, what's the name?
So, our team name is MNG Tempest, but
okay,
MNG,
that's not bad.
MNG stands for Midnight Gaming.
Right, that's fine. If your org's name makes it 4, then it's fine. But like, if your actual team's name is 4 words, you are compensating. You are overcompensating. Right? So like, that's fine. Midnight Gaming, you know, blankety blank. Awesome. That's great. That's fine. In the same way that you like look at sports teams, you know? Tampa Bay Monterey's. That sounds great. It's Tampa Bay Monterey's. They go together. But like, they're the Monterey's, and that's a two word name. Even like TSM, it's Team Solo Mid, right? Like the team is just describing the group. So it's actually Solo Mid. Like, it still sounds good. Also, if your name is Don't Ask Us About the Lawsuit, you're doing something wrong.
I mean, you just don't ask about the lawsuit, but the Lux get picked off from the Lilia. Vladimir flashing forward with the E. Curtain call comes out. And Aurelia is caught out here, turret, and she's just dead.
Yeah, at this point, it's not even her being caught out. It's a pick play. Oh, goodness. Ash getting caught under
Ooh,
the turret
ace
as
man.
well. No, 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 no. Calculated. Calculated. Vlad knew he could tank the Caitlyn shot. You know, he's like, yeah,
I don't know. That was probably a toe curler, butt clencher.
Oh,
there,
absolutely.
because of
I would be
Aurelia
clenching.
getting
I'd be
caught.
clenching the hole. I'd be clenching the sphincter, but like, really wasn't bad.
Pretty good trade, 3 for 0, going for the side of Turbo Chads.
At this point, we are looking for really good pick play onto someone of the likes of Vlad, or we're looking for some objective trades, maybe losing a turret so that they can get a dragon, losing a turret so they can get a turret themselves. You know, they have that catch-up gold sitting on those tier 2 turrets, but I don't know if they have the resources to be able to move up and have the vision for it. This is a slow, drawn-out win. And just waiting for them to close the game. I mean, it's an 11-0-5 Vlad. Who is going to kill him without dying? You know, who are they going to be able to trade for this? Uh-oh, this Aurelia. That's a dead Aurelia.
Yep, Jin picking up the kill on the Aurelia.
Yeah, I mean, this is what's going to happen every single time Strawhats tries to walk up to their jungle. They're just going to get absolutely deleted by Lux Q. I'm sorry, ult. Coming straight through the jungle, cutting them in half. Ash trying to go back so she avoids an 11th death.
Ooh, and that Jin is a solid at least 3k gold ahead of this Caitlyn, almost completing his 4th item. Ooh. You're picking up a kill on Lilia, but at the cost of her life.
Yep, that's going to be another Baron going over. This is the second Baron of the game we've seen them get in the last few minutes. They're trying to use it desperately to push down a lane and win, but Fiora not able to hold the pressure needed for them to take more than one turret at a time with this Baron. If this is the pace we're going to go, guys, we're going to be here for a long time waiting for this game to end. I mean, the longer this game goes, the more and more power Waters is going to have on that Caitlyn, turning into an artillery of a cannon. Caitlyn having bought a cull and finished it as well. That's interesting.
Just trying to get more items, trying to scale ahead.
Yeah, trying to get some extra gold in her pocket, but like, the only reason you get a call, by the way, is because you can replace a Doran's item with it, and like you can get scaling items. But like, she already has her scaling items. You know, you're still opting to pay 350 gold for an item that returns you, I believe, 450 gold back after you sell it. I could be wrong on the math. But interesting. It's an interesting decision. It's an idea.
And they see Lilia in the jungle. They're trying to do a jungle fight right now. Ash will be the clone. Hits
Yeah,
nothing.
this actually doesn't look too bad. They're grouped up very well, getting some good damage onto the Vlad and the Wukong. Their front line is completely gone. They might have a chance to walk up to this river. No, don't. Oh no, Aurelia splitting for a possibly a dive on the back line. This might be the time to do it. Fiora is not with the rest of the team.
Ooh, triple sleep right now.
Uh-oh, that's a TP coming in.
For the Fiora, she just W's, doesn't get really anything, but Wukong trying to re-engage Aurelia on the back line. Can't do anything about it. Lux
Aurelia
Ash
murdering them. I mean, oh no. Oh no. Wow, what a great fight for Strawhats, being able to push up through that jungle, making sure the Wukong and Vlad were low enough to be able to do it. This is going to be a drag going over. They're not giving up that soul without some blood on their hands.
Yeah, but that's the slight misplay that I was talking about. Ooh, Ace flashing over, the W lands, trying to kill the Gnar. Gets the great kill.
Hello? Gnar? Was that red ward worth it? Was it? Was it? Also, I'm really upset. Can I tell you why I'm upset?
Why are you upset?
Why would you get a Void Staff on Vlad when you can get a Shadow Flame, to get rid of the Aurelia shield, why not get a hourglass? I mean, he is building an hourglass next, but like this is a little delayed. Why not get a cosmic? Cosmic's really good here, especially since you went airy, so you don't have the phase rush to get in and out of these team fights. You know, I see a lot of really nice items for this Vlad. That rod into, if you're doing your job right, you're killing the Caitlyn and the Ashe, right? If you're doing your job right, you're able to burst somebody down. The Void Staff is really good when you see a lot of tanks. A Lilia and Aurelia do not a tank make.
I mean, the Jack Show is going to be very hard to cut down, even with the Shadow Flame.
She doesn't have Jack Show.
It's just Lilia.
Oh, Lilia has Jack Show?
Yeah, Lilia has Jack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Aurelia.
No, and then you got Force of Nature. Ooh, Stopwatch Burn.
Oh no.
Out.
Ooh, no, Nar, go the other way. Help out the Aurelia's engaged. No, she was coming in the back line. Ooh. This could have been such a good fight with a good Nar ult, but
re-engage.
Oh no. Oh no.
Caitlyn traps. Caitlyn gets the kill on the Wukong right now, but fourth shot doing it.
Yeah, Aurelia was so late to the party here. She could have gotten so much done if Nar had gone forward instead of back, but they cannot see what we can see as the casters. This might be looking a little rough here. Aurelia having to defend on her lonesome, trying to clear out these waves. I don't know if she can do it, but if she can get to the Jhin, she might have a chance.
Or she just presses Q. All right. Like, look at that. Yep. Oh, yep, there it is.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, but the turret still goes down anyway.
Not deciding to try and kill Jhin. Uh-oh, going for the ult on top of the Jhin.
Oh, the Jhin getting killed. Aurelia, could she clean this up? No, Fiora true damage procs on her vitals.
Yep, the vitals coming down on top of that poor Aurelia, and Lux throwing a fantastic binding from the other side of the map. Not much they can do about this Fiora at this point. Trying to be a useful champion and succeeding for once.
Woo! Looks like the gold gap is closing in for the 80 carry. The Jhin is only 1.5k ahead.
I mean, the biggest thing to look at is Aurelia keeping up with this Vlad. Vlad only at a 400, not 4k, 400 gold lead, sitting at 12-1. 12-1. 3-5 Aurelia. She has almost as much gold as him. That's insanity.
Yeah, that shutdown definitely helped.
Yeah, all those shutdowns going to the Aurelia, as well as Vlad not opting for the item that I'm blanking on that gives you more damage based on kills. No, the other one. Magi's. Yeah, where's your Magi's, bud? You're 12-1. You got a pentakill. The more AP you get, the more health you have. Like, come on, Magi's. You are your entire team. You know, the Jin's gonna fall off eventually. You do not. A Thirsty Orange looking for a backline access play right now.
Can't find the angle though.
No, and it's gonna feel bad with the Fiora just pushing down this mid lane. Not much left. Ooh, this fight getting a little dicey.
Good pull. Arrow hitting the Jhin. Oh, Jhin, that's not... That arrow just weaved through 3 members.
Oh man, Fiora ending the game right now though. They're going for these kills, but I don't think it's worth it. Fiora's taking your base.
Oh, Fiora, can she do it? Okay. What is she? Fiora? Oh, she was waiting?
I don't know. But this looks like a game-winning play for the Fiora.
Come on,
dodge
Fiora,
out the Aurelia.
You can do it. Yes!
Yeah.
Fiora getting the XPK on.
Guys, your Fiora did something. Woo! Congratulations. She finally made the play.
Wow. What a game, too.
Yeah, wow. I mean, all kudos given for Straw Hats holding on to the game, holding on to the scaling aspect that they had. I mean, Caitlyn putting in a lot of work in those team fights, Aurelia putting in a lot of work in those team fights. She tried her darndest to get something done. Um, but to no avail. Vlad too far ahead, Jin too far ahead. Wukong and the Lux playing incredibly well. It's a tough loss. It was a close loss, in my opinion, at the end of the day.
Yeah, those
But
fights were getting closer at the end.
getting taken by the name takers, name stealers.
Yep, there you go. Oh
Yeah.
baby, that was a heck of a game too. Actually, that Jin actually putting in work. All
Yeah, yeah, he had a lot of good plays, especially in that early game to get things going. But that Vlad getting the penta really kind of set the bar high for Straw Hats to be able to bring that game back. I think if they had not gotten Vlad those kills, I think it would have been incredibly hard for them to close out those games. Remember, they were relying on like three different Barons to give Fiora enough pushing power on a champion that normally should have a lot of pushing power to be able to get things done. But I mean, eventually she was able to push down that mid lane during that team fight, and that's what's going to win the game for him.
yeah, but we can't. Those what was I gonna say? Some of those picks were pretty good for the side of Straw Hats. They, especially in the dragon fight, they got the pick onto the Lux, the Wukong, the Fiora, which got them delayed the soul. Didn't really matter, but they did get the dragon. They did get the objective gold for it.
Yep.
But other than that, that was really the highlight of the them. It was just they were trying to bandage up wounds, stop the
Yeah.
bleeding, but there were just other things popping up, other spots where they couldn't patch up. They kind of just got skill gapped.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy having seeing that big of a lead. You get to the end of the game and you see champions that are 8 or 9 kills behind and they are even with you in gold. I mean, for game 3, if they're going to have such a great, outstanding early game on such a strong bot lane on the Wukong, and then eventually getting some kills onto Vlad, you have to end the game together. Otherwise, you're giving them so many opportunities to come back. A lot of those team fights going back over to the Straw Hats, moving up to the jungle to get those objectives, getting real dicey, especially with the Aurelia coming online, with the Caitlyn having enough items to be able to pour some damage from the back line. I mean, it was real close. It was really close, and it shouldn't have been. It should have been a complete sweep. I mean, like, come on, Vlad. Third item Magi's. Third item Magi's. You got a pentakill. You're allowed to buy a Magi's. At least buy the seal so that if you were to get more kills in the future, you're getting an item that has so much AP for the gold. I mean, like, there's so many different ones. There's so many different ways to do it. You can't do a void staff third item after getting a pentakill, bud. Like, carry your team harder. Like, there's so much more you can do. That's just how it is. You got to carry your lead. So going to a game 3, really well done play for Unleashed. I think he carried that game a lot of the time, getting a lot of plays on that backside for those team fights, setting up the Vlad, setting up the Jin, setting up the Lux. Well done. Way to bring in your primary jungler, but we're going to have to see how they do in a third game. So stay tuned for that. let me tell you to all the folks. Let me tell you to all the folks. Just to clarify, we are going into a game 3 because Unleashed is back. We have a real 3 block on our hands, right?
Woo!
There was a big difference between how they played game 1 versus game 2. No offense to the E sub. Thanks for coming to help out. But like, this is a completely different game. I love to see it. I love to see them playing their hearts out. But we're going straight into the draft right now. Zaya and Varus taking out again. Oh, by the way, they opted for the same side. Straw Hats going for blue side. So we are seeing again the same slide selection for both teams.
Yeah, but Strawhats actually banning the Caitlyn.
Yep. For some reason, they have something other than that Caitlyn planned. I mean, I don't think that was the problem. Yeah, so like you get the oh, you know what? That's what it was. They wanted to first pick the Udyr, not worry about name subject to change, taking that Caitlyn R1. Okay, I'm fine with that actually. I like that strategy. Udyr was a big component for them doing well that first game, able to get those team fights, able to tank up to 3 different people for the team. I love that as a blue side. Love getting rid of the Caitlyn in response. So let's see what they've got. I hate you.
My God. The just 180.
I hate this.
What do you mean? That's such a good counter
No,
to stop
no,
the engage.
no.
What's your reasoning?
So I'm just so upset. I just can't. I can't.
What's your reasoning? Come
So
on.
okay, so you take Morgana if you are worried about a long range CC hitting somebody. You are worried about somebody getting taken out, but like Udyr has an empowered E if he needs it, and if he doesn't need it, you avoid the Q from Morgana. You can still run somebody down, right? Like Morgana R1 never makes sense. Morgana R1 literally never makes sense because now every single other pick from Straw Hats, B2 to B5, will be picked with an awareness of that Morgana. You will now have free reign to counter the crap out of Morgana. And sure enough, they take the Zeri Victor, who do not care that Morgana is on a team. You are picking Morgana inside such a small bubble, not taking into account every single other champion that they could take for Straw Hats. This is, let's see, is it a comfort pick? Are you just a godlike Morgana? Doesn't look like it. Zinpin, you don't, doesn't look like it, bud. Vlad coming in though, so that's good. Wants to show that he can end the game before 30 minutes this time. Uh, that would be nice.
And the Turbo Chads did ban one of the best supports for Zeri, Lulu, and Straw Hats did ban the Jin, seeing it as a problem. But
Yeah.
Jin Morgana is a textbook bot lane.
So I will say at high elo, it makes sense to go Zeri Lulu. Just because they can get the most out of it, right? Especially with the ult engagers from Lulu as well. But the thing is, at low elo, all Zeri needs is any form of disengage, right? You see the Kai'Sa, you see the Vlad, you see the Wukong. Zeri can play into those champions incredibly well with any sort of disengage for support. It doesn't matter if it's a tank, it doesn't matter if it's enchanter. You can do a lot of things with this champion. Like it's totally fine. Heck, you could play it with the Rel. You know, I think Rel would be not the worst angle for them. It's a little rough for the Morgana, but like, okay, that works too.
Sona?
Opting for another scaling champion and the Sona. Sona gives Zeri so much utility, so many heals, so many shields. Zeri can do whatever she wants. Little bit, it's going to be a little bit tough to deal with the dive that's currently going on right now. They need a big disengaged top laner right now to be able to round off this comp.
It could just opt for full scaling and just, go for an Ornn, or they
Okay,
just go for
so here also riddle me this: you go Morgana after having a Caitlyn banned away, and you put a Kai'Sa with it. I just I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, you throw the shield on Kaisa and then she's waiting for the Wukong engage, I guess. All I can see.
Hmm. I mean,
Wow.
so
Okay.
Turbo Chad's picking Aurelia for the top lane to say, hey, that Aurelia, I could play it better.
Yep,
Probably.
absolutely.
Hopefully it's not just an ego pick.
It could be. It very well could be an ego pick of, hey, you're Aurelia. She could have done so much more in that game. Why didn't she? Overall, what are your thoughts on these drafts, Gumi?
I actually do like Turbo Chads a bit more. So how I see the fight playing out, right? Morgana puts Black Shield on Wukong. Wukong W's in, Wukong E's in, ulties. They can't really do, I mean, they can break the Black Shield, try to get some CC in there, but Wukong's still going
Yeah.
to get that ulti off. And then you're going to CC him, but he's already going to have a second ulti charged up. So he can just do that again. Vladimir, in the meantime, comes in, presses R, charges E, W to get under everyone, splash damage, right? Kaisa goes in, tries to execute. Aurelia is also in the same pressing R, Q, Q, E, Q, Q, W, Q, 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 stuff like that. I just like Turbo Chad's team just a little bit better.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Okay.
And the reason why is because of bot lane. Both of these comps are very reliant on bot lane succeeding. And I'm going to be honest with you, a Zeri Sona is insane. I mean, it's so strong. The biggest thing is whether or not the Sona is inting to Morgana, because as it stands, Sona is incredibly strong into the bot lane of Morgana Kaisa. Sona can do whatever she wants. She completely outranges the zone that they want to try and do down there. I mean, like Kaisa wants to go for a pick and engage. Morgana wants to sit back and throw shots over the wall, right? Like they do not go together. Sona and Zeri do. You have so many different avenues to play these fights. And yeah, sure, Wukong's going to want to try and engage. But as soon as Zeri hits 2 or 3 items, Wukong will never, and I mean never, be able to do much into these team fights without Vlad also being ahead. We're going back to the game 2 where we're looking at this Wukong and Vlad. They have to be ahead. Otherwise, they are going to be absolutely next to useless with Zeri being able to kite out the Vlad. You know, Zeri might be hit by the initial Wukong knockup, but like she's got the Sona to heal her up. Zeri's able to build plenty of life steal. Nar making the team fights all his. Udyr making the team fights all his. Victor on the back line as well. Even if everything fails, he is their fail safe for a lot of these team fights. Every team fight is going to go towards Straw Hats unless individual players get ahead like they did for game 2. I mean, and even if they do get ahead, there's so many avenues for Straw Hats to come back. And that was a big threat game 2. Vlad had 12 kills. Vlad had 12 kills and Jin had 12 kills as well. And they were still losing some of the team fights. It does not matter if you are playing these fights well. Uh, like if Straw Hats plays these team fights well, they can still win these games. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting game to watch. I'm very excited for this. But no, I think Straw Hats is in a much better position. Not even close. No cap. Griddle. I don't think I used it right.
At all.
Just griddle. Man, just such a great pick for Waters, especially with how he wants to play. So you know, I think he's got a lot of ways that he can win this game for his team. You know, his team can really rely on him. The victor, I think, from game 1, bringing that back as well for a Thirsty Orange. They just have so many things they can do. I mean, I'm very excited for this game. I don't know. Give me any other thoughts before we go to break?
No, nothing from anything that I just said.
All right. Well, we're going to be looking forward to a fantastic game number 3 in just a few minutes, waiting for them to load up into this game. So we'll be right back for you guys. Welcome back to a game 3. We are here and not sleeping, listening to the sultry sounds of Matt Mercer and his friends playing D&D Campaign 1. I believe I'm on episode 37, but does that really matter? We have a stack on the exact same spot for Strawhats, and even though they invaded to the exact correct spot in game 2, they're not doing it game 3.
No, they're. I don't know. Honestly, I would have done the invade with. They didn't, but they probably knew they were going to be stacking there.
Okay, so we weren't looking at the runes when they were loading in. I want to point out the lovely change from game 2. Ace bets going for a phase rush so that he can actually do something in this game when he gets a lead. That's awesome. Proud of you, buddy, for looking up what you should be doing on Professor. Really, really proud of you.
Took your advice to heart.
Yeah, I mean, like, and here's the crazy thing. even if you don't want to get the item, literally just go get a cosmic drive as item number 3, and you get the exact same rune in an item form. It's crazy. It's crazy. Also, setting up for a level 1 on bot side with Zeri and Sona sitting in the bush and opting instead to hit some minions, giving away your position. But it doesn't matter because you have a Kaisa Morgana in the bot lane. Sorry, I'm still upset.
That definitely sounds like you're still upset.
Yeah, I don't. Some people, they live their life. They live their entire life without knowing or understanding the impact that they have on other people in this world.
Are you okay? Are you okay, man?
And in this moment, I really feel something. Unleashed going for another very cheesy early gank as well. We saw this in game 2.
Oh, Morgana binding lands. Kaisa W doesn't exactly land, but Sona flash, Kaisa flash.
As I said, literally this is a free lane for Sona if she doesn't get hit by a Morgana Q, and they proceeded to ignore that advice.
Woo.
Damn.
Ace Bets heard your rune change, but Sona didn't hear your laning advice.
Literally every single okay, so this is the Sona curse. I don't know if you know this, but as a bot laner, this is like a real big issue. The Sona curse is that as soon as you hit level 2, you die. As soon as every Sona, and it doesn't matter which, if I play solo queue or if I'm the Sona in solo queue, you just die level 2 because you're so busy poking with, this is what happens. You get so busy poking with your Q that as soon as they hit level 2, they're willing to all in you. And you as Sona haven't really gained any ability to prevent them from engaging on you, right? So Morgana able to just walk past the minion wave because she took soil level 1, walk past the minion wave on level 2, throw a binding. The very first binding of the game lands on Sona. And even if Wukong is not there, I think she still dies.
Oh, Lord, and whew.
Yeah. I pray to the Lord as well that people learn and grow. Like a weed. like a weed. Ooh, good dodge there from the Gnar getting out of the Aurelia E. Gotta love it.
Yeah, but this Aurelia is not looking too hot right now, but it is a range in the melee matchup.
Yeah, even with that gank from the Wukong on the bot side, helping the Kaisa pick up a kill for herself, she is still trailing in farm. That's incredible. I didn't know that was even possible.
Anything's possible with Popsicle.
Anything's possible when you take a real crappy support like Morgana. Uh-oh.
Oh, really?
Gnar wins this.
Oh!
Okay, Gnar, you can flash forward, I guess.
Getting a trade kill, though, that is very unfortunate.
Was the flash necessary? Was it necessary? I don't know.
For the Gnar or for
No. Well, actually, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, Wukong needed the flash there. Burn his flash to try to catch up to the Gnar. That is interesting, but no, I was talking about the Gnar flash.
I believe he did use his jump already, so to get the kill, I believe it was necessary.
In this moment, I'm recalling one of my favorite quotes in gaming history. Actually, I don't even know if it's gaming. I think it might be anime, but it's the "Why are we still here? Why are we still fighting?"
I think that's anime.
I think it's anime because that's exactly what I feel. I feel in this moment why the why, why, right? Like why is Udyr looking at this mid lane gank when his Victor is backing and planning to use his TP back to the lane, showing himself on the ward, so now he can't do anything but Vlad, showing himself to the enemy jungler, just walking through, not helping him with this wave state at all, because, oh, by the way, it was fine. You know, Wukong able to get the scuttle, I think, because of the prio in bot lane.
Actually, I just looked at the quote, and it's actually from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, there you go. So it is gaming. I love that. The more you know.
Definitely thought that was like a Tokyo Ghoul reference.
4v3 on a Morgana. Oh, by the way, oh, look at that. Oh, Morgana misses a Q, and guess what? She turns into the most useless champion on the board.
Oh, very unfortunate.
Oh, free kills going over to the Zeri. Zeri is looking mighty fine here with a nice little lead going over to her. Dragon now picked up for free for Straw Hats. Nothing that you can really do about that, Morgana. If you don't land your Q, or if you don't have your Q up, you are now a useless champion. I cannot stress this enough. Well, yeah, I know she didn't miss her Q, but like, what were people gonna do about it? Like, who's gonna go up to that Udyr and kill him? No one. No one can kill the Udyr in that moment. It is literally, like, imagine any other support in that moment. Literally imagine any other support with the Kai'Sa. Imagine an Alistair. Imagine like freaking Nautilus there, right? Like, imagine anyone else in that role, and you were doing so much work in that team fight. You're preventing them from getting the kills, making sure the Zeri can't get in there. But Morgana instead opting to use it on the Udyr, which again, as we mentioned, useless champion pick for Q.
There was also a solo kill in the top lane, the Nard killing the Aurelia. Very good pickup with the Nard.
Yeah. Great kill going over to him. I mean, he was able to get the kill earlier as well, and the only reason he died was because the Wukong showed. So, oh god, Sukurakai.
You having trouble?
I'm working on the pronunciation for the Nar's name.
Sukurakai.
Yeah, Sukurakai has a mean Nar. He's been showing that off.
Definitely might pull ahead of this Aurelia.
All right, we see the Q coming out from the Morgana, missing, and she has to back up completely, not having anything to really fight back with this Sona. Not feeling too good in this lane. Sona able to poke for free, scaling up her passive to try and spam out those ults and abilities a little bit more for her team.
Yeah, but we see that the Zeri does also have a Cole almost fully stacked too.
Yeah, looking real good for her with those 2 kills. She's trying to get to that mythic as fast as she can. Her real first power spike. Try and get some work done. That healing making... Uh-oh, Victor a little trouble.
Victor getting caught out. Wukong ulti again. Picks up the kill on Thirsty Orange.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Unleashed coming at just the right time, but I mean, like, with all of these ganks he's making, he's fallen more and more behind the Udyr's farm. Udyr picking up that Rift Herald. Uh-oh, Aurelia in a bit of trouble.
Ooh, Aurelia just getting dove.
Damn, we're gonna give all these plates over to the Gnar and Udyr combo, looking real spicy now. I think Aurelia is out of this lane. I think she's kind of sunk.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, remember when we were talking about, like, you know, the Aurelia might be a little bit of an ego pick?
Yeah.
It's looking that way right now.
Yeah, it definitely does look like that.
Hey, it happens. You know, you do your best.
That it do. That it do.
Yeah, that it do, Yugi. That's what it do.
That it do, Yugi boy.
Hey, at least Aurelia can farm in like 2 seconds, so that's fine.
Very.
That's actually why they picked her. They picked her for the D push.
Just the farm. She is. What is that? Math 25 CS ahead.
Yeah, nobody really likes Aurelia players anyway. They're up there in the same category. It's Aurelia players, Riven players, uh, Evelyn players, and Yumi players. Yumi players are up there.
I mean, Yumi's not a champion.
Well, she will be after 13.5. I don't know if you saw the changes, but she's going to be a powerhouse after some of those changes for champs like Vayne and Kog'Maw.
I actually
she's
have
gonna hit like a truck. Yeah, she's gonna hit. She's gonna be insane. She's given so much on-hit healing and on-hit magic damage for some of those champions that already want to be building a decent amount of it. You know, champions with enough mobility or range. It's gonna make Yumi look pretty good. Oh wow, look! He can use the empowered E, just get right on top of the Morgana. Kaisa doing her best to pick up the damage. Morgana flashing forward. You have a ADC coming. Sona getting the... Oh my god, it's just gross. It's just gross. Morgana burning her entire kit, trying to finish off this Udyr. He just used the empowered E, ignores the fact that Morgana's Q was there. He's able to do enough magic damage to get through the black shield. And as soon as that black shield dropped, the Sona throwing a beautiful double man ulti to clean up the kill.
That was very good 2-man ulti for the Sona. You know, like you said.
Are you eating a lollipop? Like, what are you doing over there?
No, I have icebreakers.
Okay.
You know, they're supposed to be like mints. I don't use them for mints.
Okay, got it. Well, they're collapsing onto this mid lane dive, not succeeding onto Victor.
It's like a 3v3 right now.
Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting damage.
Really, ult doesn't even matter.
We got the flying death disc from the Victor and the flying death disc from the Udyr Phoenix stance. And that's just a whole bunch of dead bodies after that.
This game is looking a little bit, well, I wouldn't say a little bit, it's looking definitely one-sided right now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy what happens when you give Waters a good champion. You know, you get that B1 Udyr, you ban out the Caitlyn. I mean, I genuinely think that their draft was just very clean. And like, you know, you picked a lot of the same champion. You picked the Wukong again, you picked the Vlad again. And they've understood how you play those champions, right? They've learned how you play those champions, and they're playing around that knowledge really well. Timeless Tinka playing a really good Udyr game again. Sukarakai playing an insanely good Udyr. They have so much gold between the two of them, and still, even then, on the bot side of the map, you see Zeri picking up really good kills. Scaling with the Sona as well. This is going to be a nasty team fight if they can make some good decisions.
Gnar just running down the Aurelia because he can. Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, what's she gonna do? He's got full Narbar. Throws her against the wall. Just shoves a rock down her throat. I mean, what are you gonna do? Again, this top lane's over. I mean, she's out of the lane. She cannot walk up to the wave anymore. He's got the range. He's got the auto range on her. He's got the full Triforce. She still hasn't completed her first item yet. There's no reason to ever approach the wave when Gnar's there.
Ooh. This is definitely looking like a one-sided game for Strawhats.
Blue side is trying to set up this dragon with... Uh-oh.
Morgana fighting Lance. She doesn't have cleanse. Just gets locked up and she just goes away, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, not letting her team get in position first is a bit of a whoopsie there. And now I don't know if this dragon is contestable. It's gonna take a lot of coordination from the Victor to get enough damage to compensate for an ADC still on the board.
Definitely could go for a steal. Udyr popping the first TP coming in from the Gnar. Here just running in. Phoenix stance, 3-man ulti.
Ooh. It's almost like Sona's a stupidly good champion.
Aurelia picking up the kill to Sona, but I don't think it really matters.
Wow. Oh,
Wukong coming back over. Gnar flashing.
we'll play it on Unleashed. You know, Unleashed getting some nice cleanup kills. I think Vlad's still going to end up dying here, and this drag's going to be a pretty easy one to take for this really fed Gnar and Udyr. Yep. Unleashed deciding his life's worth a little bit more. Man, the 3-man Sona ult was just gorgeous. Shabooty 3, yeah, hitting them in the booty real good there, right there. Good job.
Yeah, why you going with the Wisconsin or Pennsylvania Midwest accent? Huh?
I don't know.
Oh, you betcha, buddy.
No, you're right. This is a terrible temptation for you. I can't let you have the drug of accents.
Oh no, you can't.
We cannot let Warehouse Gumi have the accents. This is not going to be a winning fight for the Morgana Kaisa. Gnar will win against them, so good of them to back off. Udyr and Gnar are monsters in this game, and Sona ults are helping them every step of the way.
I don't know what you can do inside of Turbo Chads. Just, I guess I have to create the picks. Ooh, looks like there's a little pick going on the top lane.
Unleashed is not leaving a thirsty orange. Oh, okay. All right.
The R was on the Aurelia. Oh, and Zeri's just coming down.
Yeah.
Here. She just cleans it up.
Yeah.
Pushing too far forward with no vision.
No one's surprised. Is that a Rift Herald going down in bot lane? Okay, well.
Zeri did solo the Rift Herald.
Yep. They're going to give it over to the Gnar. That's not bad at all. Aurelia being down right now, and then no bot lane for name stealers. So looking pretty good for them right now. Able to push this down. Easy tier 2 for them.
Very easy for them.
Wow, trying to kill the Vlad. Probably not going to succeed. He does have a decent amount of mobility on him right now. I will say, that is almost a 50. That is almost a 50 farm lead of Udyr over Wukong. They are even in kills, but yeah, that is a 2.5k gold lead. I'm sorry, 2.3. My bad. 2.3k gold lead to the Udyr's advantage. That is massive for junglers right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Ignore me. 2.8k gold lead in top lane. Good lord.
Holy. This Gnar he is sitting on a lot of gold.
Yeah, and Zeri also sitting at a 2.3k gold lead as well.
Oh, really? Going in for a 1v1 on the Victor. She gets stunned up. The Victor ult just down. I mean, she's just playing Aurelia.
Sadly, this Victor isn't too OP quite yet. He's still sitting on only 1 item. Needs that 2-item power spike for the champion to exist. Aurelia, you don't get to play the game anymore. You forgot. You don't get to play this game anymore. Sorry, bud.
Unnecessary flash there. She
unnecessary roughness from Bearman. This is going to be Baron.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, Strawhats are turning this into a free Baron for them.
Uncontested. I don't know if they spotted the Wukong in the bot side, but they probably know it's uncontested.
I mean, as soon as they take out the Aurelia, they see the Vlad splitting on the bot side on the map. They know that this is theirs for free. Zeri able to auto this as much as she wants. I'm not a huge fan of her build, though. I'm gonna be honest with you, Gumi.
You don't like the IE?
No. So right now, with how Zeri works, if you can spam her E, especially when the biggest defensive ability on Name Stealer's side is that Morgana E, you can rip right through it in a couple of auto attacks, right? So if you do, Gnar, a little dangerous. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Look at that damage from a thirsty orange.
Kaisa is going on the Zeri. Zeri gets killed by the Kaisa. Shutdown going for the Kaisa.
Gnar wanted to face tank a bush he knew contained the enemy without more support than a Victor. All right. Cool.
And then Turbo Chads are clawing their way back right now, but doing a little dance right now. Udyr presses button now. Pressing R as well, getting that flame going down, tanking up. And Aurelia pressed the R, just shooting everywhere right now. Aurelia pick up the kill on the Sona. It's just Udyr got it by hand. Surprisingly, in shutdown for the Aurelia.
I mean, you're playing without your ADC, you're playing without your Victor, the Gnar face tanking into a Tribush. I really hope this isn't the beginning of the end, because just a string of events that were just such poor decisions. Again, trying to overestimate the damage for the Victor right now just doesn't feel very good. Ooh, good damage from the Zeri W. They're going into the pit.
Oh, they're going in
steals.
right now.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Unfortunate for Turbo Chaz, but they do get the
No. It was all planned from the beginning. It was all planned from the beginning. Yep, they wanted them to feel like they were back in the game, so they could clean up 3 kills right there on the Dragon Pit. They're gonna get some good pushing pressure off this with the Gnar in the bot lane, and 4 going to this mid second tier turret.
Trying to do a sneaky play right now. Kaisa being in right now.
Uh-oh.
Get the stun up on the Victor. Victor's almost dead, but Sona 2-man ulti.
Sona, you mad lad.
This
Mad
Sona
woman?
is so clutch.
Mad lady? I don't know.
These Sona ultis are so clutch right now.
A very wonderful Sona ult right there, picking up some more kills and helping them eventually push that turret down. Gnar able to split push on the side here, but he doesn't have too much sustain, so he's got to be a little careful with the self pull. But that big Gnar giving him some of his max health back there for the moment, getting a lot of good pressure on the jungle. I don't know. I don't really see. I mean, like, yeah, they had a decent amount of fighting in the bot lane around that Tribush, but like that was more on Strawhats than actually team fighting correctly. Am I crazy?
Sorry, what was that?
What?
Who? TP coming in for the Victor.
Yeah, Thirsty Orange got a little bit of movement speed to dodge out that Morgana Q that's useless as all get out, and they're going to get this turret for free.
You just can't do anything with the pushing power, the wave clear.
I cannot stress how much Morgana Q should be used to peel rather than to engage. And the problem is, because Wukong's the really only champion they can use to push forward safely, it's too much relying on her to be the one to make those picks, especially when you have a Kaisa, right? You want the Kaisa's champs to be pushing forward constantly, and they just can't do that. I mean, they don't have the space for Kaisa. Kaisa's kind of just, hey guys, I'm over here waiting for something, anything really. Give me something to work with.
Can you lend a little CC, please?
Yeah, can I have a little bit of CC, please? Can I just have a little bite, just a little nibble, just a little bit of little CC? Hit me. Yeah. It's like a. Yeah, Gnar might be a little caught out here.
He does have Mega though. He can't outplay this. Ulti's them back. Yep, and he can just get away.
Yep, Kaisa's waiting for that engage. I don't know.
W misses though, but Kaisa just gets the pin up.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get enough for this inhib. You don't. The Gnar isn't worth an inhib, is it? Am I crazy?
Opinion, no.
Uh-oh, Sona, yeah. All right, there you go. Just run away. Oh, no!
Oh, that would have been funny, though.
Well, that's how you, yeah, there we go. The sad cat face. Uh-oh. No, Udyr in a weird spot now because of the Sona getting caught out. Oh, boy. Wow, getting out for free. That's a bit of a troll. We do a little bit of trolling around here.
They like to have fun. They know they're in a good spot right now.
The funny thing is that was an empowered blast code because of the Chemtech soul. So like, she got launched.
It would have been really funny, but
It's the do you remember those old commercials for like to encourage you to pick up a rescue dog or whatever, and they started playing in the arms of
I know
an
what you're talking
angel.
about, yeah.
Like in that moment of Sona flying through the air, you know, you can hear the song playing as her slow motion face looks down at the enemy team collapsing all around her. I just love it. It's such a beautiful moment of team anti-synergy.
They're like, you know what? We don't really care. Let's go that way, right?
Watch the Morgana Q steal this Baron. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go.
Ops to stop the Narn game.
I'll stop blaming Morgana. I'll stop blaming Morgana. I know she doesn't deserve it. It's not her fault. It's the champ's fault.
It's not worth it. It's not worth
Yeah,
it.
it's not Zing Pen. I think he's trying his darndest.
Ooh, Wukong in the back looking for.
Yeah, but it really is
Opera's
backing,
the-
so it doesn't really matter.
No, they just built for that dragon.
They had a flank play and then just decided, nah.
He thought about the steal. He thought about it.
Yeah.
I saw it in his eyes. But
You know,
this...
Sona has the water walking. Sona has the moonstone. She's a full champion now, you know? Like there's not too much that they can do to
Holy.
kill champions fast enough for Sona not to heal them back up to full.
You see the gold lead? in
Oh
the bot
boy.
lane?
Oh boy, this Morgana.
Oh, look at that. She pressed gold. And she's almost
Oh yeah, buddy. Oh
Oh,
no,
ulti
the
onto the
Sona
Wukong. She
ult
pressed gold.
again.
Oh, the W lands! Oh!
Jesus Christ.
The Sniperino.
All right, great play on top of everybody. Irelia trying to get a good ult down on top of the rest of Straw Hats, but no one able to follow it up. It is not hard CC for the Kaisa.
It was a good ult, but just
It was.
not a good. Oh, Wukong going in, trying to do a desperate play right now, trying to get the Udyr, but he's stunned up. Udyr's just in the back line. Udyr's down, taken by the Kaisa. Victor's still alive right now. Zeri and Sona are out. Kaisa goes in with the killer instinct. Victor's almost done, has the Zonia, tries to get the snipe down. Ace Spets gets the kill on Thirsty Orange.
Wukong playing that team fight very well, and Vlad not quite finishing off the Zeri. Otherwise, this. Oh no!
Oh,
No!
W straight? Oh.
No way does that work. Oh
Oh
my God,
my
Kaisa!
goodness.
Hey Kaisa.
Oh,
Oh
game
yeah.
pause?
Yep. They were lagging. Right. I lagged. Yep. All right. Cool.
Whoa. Game pause. Game unpause. I think that must have been a.
It was the Vlad. He was like, yeah. Sorry guys. Brain lag. Goodness gracious. I love the Kaisa darting forward and
Oh.
Wow.
Morgana just gone.
Morgana, great play. Just
Oh my goodness. Is Wukong going to pick up a double? Wukong, or not Wukong.
Fantastic champion right there. I
And
cannot
this-
stress enough how
this is the game.
silly. Wow. Yeah, that is game. All right, cool. It's good to see that.
Oh my lord. That was just. Wow. Okay, that was a game. That was a game.
Okay. So like,
I
I didn't see any way for them to have a good time. And I feel bad because I think Unleashed played an absolute mad lad of a game on the Wukong. He was trying so hard for those team fights to go well. He was trying to do so much to get those team fights to work out for his team's favor, but like it's really heartbreaking getting to the end of that and your engages aren't quite enough. And I mean, you had a good game too with the Vlad, but as soon as you pick a champion like that and you're trying to carry on that champ, and they don't have CC. They don't have the agency on their own. You know, like Vlad's one of those champions that kind of just exists, and if things go well, Vlad's unstoppable. But the champion itself doesn't have any sort of CC, especially at this elo, to set things up. Um, so you know, it was a really big difference from the Vlad of game two and Vlad in game three. And I mean, like, I also think that the Udyr and the Gnar played insanely well, getting early plating, early gold, able to get that lead that they needed to carry the rest of the game. Once Zeri hit that power spike, Water played his heart out. Sona, just gorgeous ults. I mean,
Great clutch ultimates there.
team changing ults.
Yeah, I'm looking at of the builds of the different teams, and I'm mainly focused on the Aurelia, right? So losing lane was so coming from a top laner, right? Losing lane, you don't like Aurelia needs damage, right? But the Sunder, I don't think was necessarily the correct play because you can also build the Jack Show for that survivability.
Let's be honest, nothing was the correct play for that Aurelia.
I mean, you're not.
You can't play that lane. You literally can't play that lane. She's playing a 1v2 the entire time, and she's already behind. And she's you know, the Udyr goes up top lane with a Rift Herald as well after getting the third kill on her. That lane's over. The Gnar has so much gold.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're behind. You don't have that much gold, and going for that still going damage is not the correct play, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. I mean, at that point, especially at this elo, you're hoping that you can force those fights. You know, Wukong again, forcing the dives on the Victor over and over again. I mean, that is such a great strategy for getting his players back into the game, even if it means you're getting some turret pressure. Wukong is a great champion to be able to do that on. And again, I want to say that Unleashed did so much. And here's the big thing: if they had Unleashed for game one, would this be a different series? You
Definitely.
know, having ESUB come in for game one, already starting with a game down and two bans out, that it feels bad. It happens, you know, but Unleashed was such a big player for games two and games three, and the ones that he was in. The Wukong really showing up to try and get the gold back to even for his team. You know, setting up the Vlad, setting up the Jin and Lux lanes for game two. Just carry harder. I mean, like I don't, I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean that
So
was definitely a. Yeah, I mean even so, the overall gold wasn't that far apart. It was like a 1.3 or 1.3 to 1.5k gold differential for teams, so it wasn't that or couldn't have been that hard to try to come back, but they were just too far ahead for them to try
yeah,
to do any comeback.
yeah. I mean, it just feels rough at that point. With individual champions just so far ahead in gold, they can't lane. They can't lane into them. Um, Especially with the Gnar. I think the Gnar was a great example of that fact. And um, and I think they did what they were supposed to do. You know, they were going for the pick plays, they were going for the forces, for fights to try and coin flip back into their favor. That's exactly what you want to do when you're behind, and it just ended up not being enough. So, I mean, kudos for you guys in game three for just trying. I also think that personally, this is an opinion, by the way. I think you guys could have given yourselves a little bit easier of a draft as well, that game three. But that's an opinion. I know that's harsh. I'm not going to criticize it too much because I've
An
already talked my
opinion.
head about it enough. Um, so I think the draft for Straw Hats was great every single game, though. I think their drafts were just all around really good for this elo, and it made it a lot easier for them to execute.
Definitely gotta agree with you on that one.
So, Really good series. I mean, it was a back and forth for a while. It's always good to see a 2-1 victory because it means that the teams are actually fighting. It you know, like sure, game 3 was technically a little bit more one-sided, but like there are good plays being made across the board in my opinion. A few moments where it looked a little dicey, and dicey's good. Dicey is what we want. We do not want cut and dry. So uh, but yeah, we're at the end of this series. Tune in for the rest of this weekend. We've got a lot of other good games coming up. And hopefully we'll be able to get more stream games in the future as well. Give me any closing thoughts before we leave.
No, not at all.
All right. Well, we will be heading to bed. I will be thinking about Big Macs in my dreams and listening to some lovely Vox Machina. Thank you guys for joining us so much for this stream with the two of us. I hope it was at least a little bit entertaining. I tried to do that as much as I can. So does Gumi. That's why he streams from his warehouse, guys. We have to get that as a precedent for him streaming from the warehouse. But thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be seeing you guys next week.